the author of From Dublin to Silicon Valley and 2 other best-selling books. And today is Monday. And you know what? On Monday, millions and millions and millions of opportunities are just flying around. And I decided that I am going to share with you the story that I shared with the people at Make-A-Wish Summit in Beverly Hills. And I realized that I came across this story from a quote. And I was searching for some answers when I was starting out being an entrepreneur. And how it happened was that every single morning I would wake up and I would have these millions and millions of ideas. And I was chasing them and trying to make them become reality. But nothing was coming together. So one of my big mentors back at the time was Google. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know something, stop thinking about it and just Google it. And that's what I was doing. I hopped on Google and I was searching for an answer. And then I came across this old Chinese quote. And it says, "Stop chasing butterflies and start building gardens that attract these butterflies." And when I read this quote and I scrolled down on the page, there was this little story. And this little story made me realize the secret of how all my ideas can become reality. And I'm going to share this story with you. So, the story goes like this. Once upon a time, there was a little girl. And this little girl loved nothing else but butterflies. She loved them so much that every single morning she would wake up, she'd put on some clothes, she'd brush her teeth, and she would run out into the meadow and she'd be chasing these butterflies. And then she would bring them into her backyard and she would be playing with them until evening. But then, in the evening she would go to bed, and by the next morning when she woke up and she would look out the window, all the butterflies would have been gone. And she did this for several months until one day she woke up and she looked out the window and again the butterflies were gone. And she sat down and she said, "I had enough! I'm not going to do this anymore." So she is sitting down in her garden and she looks around. And she realizes that her garden is not as beautiful as she remembered. So she decided that from now on, she is going to build and make the most beautiful garden in the entire world. And she starts by removing all the weeds. Then she plants beautiful flowers. And she plants beautiful bushes and beautiful trees. And several months later, after completing this garden, she looks out the window to admire her beautiful work. And she realizes that there are millions